Do you believe that our minds can be programmed to accomplish our greatest goals? Consider that directing our thoughts in the right direction is the first step. Compare our minds to a garden. Whether it's cultivated or ignored, something will be produced. If no seeds are placed in it, it will produce no results. Without seeds, useful crops will not grow. In a similar way, every action we take is a result of our thinking. Compare our thoughts to the seeds we sow in the garden of our mind. To produce the best crop, we must consciously plant the right seeds or thoughts. If we want to have good crops, we must cultivate the seeds and care for the garden. If we don't, weeds will spread and consume the garden. The garden will eventually be destroyed by the seeds. Similar to this analogy, when we have a goal or purpose, we must manifest the appropriate thoughts in our minds to obtain it. However, if we fail to develop the right thoughts about the outcome we wish to produce, our minds will get lost in the weeds and we'll never achieve anything. We will eventually end up with a life of wishful thinking and fail to achieve our goals. The same holds true. If we fail to nourish the seeds of ideas and goals in our mind, just like a seed, the idea cannot grow, as a plant cannot grow without soil. The thoughts we ingrain in our minds determine every action and outcome we experience in life. We will be amazed by how quickly our life can transform when we change how we think. So the question is, how can we use our thoughts to alter the way we think and change our lives? When we are the products of our surroundings, it's by having the ability to use our minds effectively, to control what we think about our circumstances. As long as we think we are the product of external circumstances, then we allow our lives to be dictated by our environment. Once we understand that we have the ability to create, we can stir the inner soil and seeds of our lives, which are the source of how we think about our circumstances. Then we begin to take charge of our lives, and a newfound hope arises. Consider, as the COVID pandemic was happening, many individuals and companies were experiencing a difficult time. They felt helpless because they thought they were a product of their circumstances. We have to recognize that our thoughts are in charge, and it is our thoughts that bring about what we think of our circumstances. This is how we take control of our lives. This is the moment we transition from being a victim to becoming a master of our own destiny. During the pandemic of 2020, the American economy dropped by more than 30%. However, in the same circumstance, virtual conferencing like Zoom boomed with the trend of working from home. A significant portion of it was due to the fact that regardless of the circumstances, some businesses focused their mental energy on creating their desired reality instead of the current situation. So our circumstances are ultimately a result of our thoughts, and that gives us a lot of power. This is an important factor that increases the impact of our thoughts. Without them, we remain helpless and weak. To join the ranks of successful people who make circumstances work in their favor, we must think purposefully. When we do, we begin to view setbacks as a step towards achievement. See, we have the ability to make every situation work in our favor when we have a clear purpose, regardless of how challenging external circumstances may be. Additionally, when we have a defined purpose or goal, we begin to use every setback, difficulty, or challenge as an opportunity to move even closer to that goal. Consider, even when our progress is hindered, nothing can stop our thoughts and actions. We possess the ability to transform and adjust our mind to meet our needs. What stands in the way of our action is us. The critical factor is having a clear purpose or goal. Then every hurdle in our path can be turned into a step in the right direction by the power of our mind. An intent mind is a creative force. The law of attraction focuses on how we can attract anything we desire by only thinking about it. But only one side of the equation for success is represented by that approach. Achieving great things require an enormous amount of effort. Not only must we have grand ideas, but we must also be able to translate thought into effective action. You see, whoever wants to achieve little makes little sacrifices. To achieve much, one must make great sacrifices. And whoever wants to succeed must make significant sacrifices. The actions we take and the sacrifices we make determine how successful we are in life. Bold thinking and planning will enable us to take massive action. Only by taking action can we make things happen. So choose to think big.